Welcome to the Encore Audio Archives YouTube channel. I'm Taper Dave, and this is my channel. I've uploaded hundreds of talks here that I've recorded at meetings in West LA, and I've also recorded conventions starting in 2013. I've got a bunch of those up. And Walt and Mary Murray, the original owners of Encore Audio Archives, started the company in the 80s, and Walt recorded Joe and Charlie's and a bunch of stuff down in Vista, California. My sobriety date is June 20th of 1994. I hope you find something you like, so please like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below. If you want to hear something that I don't have or that you don't see, I'll see that I get it. Anyways, take care and have a great day if you want to.
Hello, I'm Zoey. I'm an alcoholic. I have about 5 months. Yeah. Thank you. I guess what I used to be like, I used to be, I don't know, I guess I could classify myself as like a schizophrenic, drunk cocaine user. I don't know, like, I didn't lose a lot, like, materialistically, but I mean, I lost my mind, and I lost all my friends, except for my one using buddy, and I lost all my relationships, and I was pretty much alone. A lot of really bad shit happened in my life, and I would justify my using by that. I'm really young. I'm 17, almost 18. And so I was still in school when I was using, and pretty much I turned into a potato. Alcohol and drugs turned me into a potato. I would stay in bed all day, and I would just like wither away, and it was just like, I was okay with it. I thought it was kind of cool. Like, from the outside, I thought I looked like this cool musician who, like, you know, just like hung out at home. Her hair was always really messy, but she still looked really good. And truthfully, I don't play music, and I looked like shit, and no one saw me except for, you know, people on Facebook. But then there's Photoshop, so nobody really knew the real me. And so I just became, I've always had depression since I was a little baby. I've always had anxiety problems, and I don't know, it was just too much. And then drugs and alcohol, finally I found something that could fill that void that like nothing else filled. And I was cool with it until I got really suicidal, and tried to kill my friends before I lost them all. I didn't kill them. I would drive drunk, like crazy 17-year-old, like whatever, she's having fun. Whenever I would always leave the party or leave my friend's house to drive drunk, because that was my favorite thing to do. Because like maybe I'd die, and I thought that would be pretty cool. And I'd close my eyes while I would drive, and I just became like this crazy person. And so got sober 5 months ago. And it's been, well, I mean, I ended up in the hospital and stuff. I just didn't, you know, walk in here like, oh, I guess I'm gonna get sober today. Like, it was kind of a forced thing. And yeah, so sobriety's been crazy so far. I welcome all the newcomers, because it's weird coming in here. I don't know, I still have the alcoholic mind though, where pretty much like, I'd say 2 days out of the week, I think myself crazy, and I'll be like, no, I might not be an alcoholic. I'm still really young. Like, people have experienced so much more than I have. But truthfully, I know I can lose so much more. I've already gained back more than I lost when I got sober. But yeah, and I love the rooms, and it's amazing to be able to relate to people that come up here and speak. And last week was the first time I came to this meeting, And I don't know how many of you were here, but the main speaker was really good, and he just, like, he was this like big guy who was really good looking, and he was just like, I kind of stopped going to meetings for like a week because it was the holidays, and I made a bunch of excuses, and I wasn't doing my step work, and so I came to this one, and it was kind of like rethinking whether I was an alcoholic or not. And then I saw this guy speak, and oh my God, no, I'm turning red. But he said something he said a couple things that really resonated with me. He said, alcoholics come out of the womb with no skin and everything is too much, and that stayed with me. And then he also said that growing up in high school, he was like, I don't remember what he said, but there was always a guy in high school. Like, there's always like one guy. For me, there's like always that hot blonde girl that I'm always like looking at, like I want to kill. But for him, there was always this cool guy in high school that was like, had all the chicks and the muscles and stuff. And I'm sitting over there looking at him like, okay, you're the most gorgeous man I've ever seen in my life. Like, what the fuck? This is alcoholism. Like, it fucks with your brain. It messes up your whole... Alcohol, for an alcoholic, like, just completely turns the mind around and changes your perception on everything. And you don't have to live like that. You can, use these steps to change your life and become happy again. And... while I was using and shit, I thought that temporary happiness was all that there pretty much was in life. But now, after not having any substances like that in my system, I feel like people can actually be happy. Like, that's not against the rules. But I don't know. And yeah, so I'm really excited to get my 6-month chip. And then that's the problem too. I look to the future a lot, which is the amazing thing about Alcoholics Anonymous that I've like picked up and held on to from the get was like one day at a time, which I don't know when it hit me, but I think about it every day, and it makes everything better. So if you come in here and you're like, oh shit, like for me, my birthday isn't 2 months, and I'm already thinking about like my birthday party. Who can I invite? I can't invite my old friends. They're gonna want to drink. I'm gonna want to drink. I'm gonna want to get crazy with them. I'm not gonna have fun on my birthday. But I can't think about that. So, and other things like parties that I've gone to, like I've worried about it, and then it's gotten to the day of the party, and I just, there's meditating, there's calling people. You can pick up your goddamn phone, which is like always the hardest thing to do, but it really makes a difference because there are people in here that actually want to help you and see you happy. But I think one day at a time is really important, and yeah, you don't have to be miserable anymore, like no matter how much you don't want to hear that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank
you. Okay, this is how I prepare my drone for launching. I like to do it inside the cab of my truck so I'm not standing outside in the weather. To install the joysticks for control, up and down, right and left, powered on. I have an Android phone that I use to connect it to the drone with, and it's actually controlled through the iPhone, through an app. Oops, wrong way. It's actually controlled through the iPhone, or through this Android phone, through the app. It's actually controlled through the Android phone, through an app, and you connect it through this short connection right here.
Remote control connected.
Remote control's connected. So I pull out the drone. I have to extend the legs. Long legs extended first, then the short legs. Remove the gimbal protector. Set that aside, then power it on one short burst and one long burst. I lay it down. So I have to go to calibrate. So the drone's not connected yet. It shows you here as this drone gets disconnected, even though the remote's powered on. So the drone has to establish it's connected. So I go into the app to calibration mode. First I'll calibrate the remote controller. Start calibration. Out, in, out, in, up, down, and then this little wheel is to control the gimbal. So it's calibrated. Go to gimbal calibration, start calibration, and then it calibrates the gimbal. I don't know if that shows up. The gimbal's moving all over the place. Changes, you can see it on the video. And I'm calibrated to take off. It's acquired 7 satellites at the moment. There are 26 satellites up in the sky, which it has to acquire before you can take off. So it's connected. It's got enough satellites. This is white. I can go to press this little arrow button, swipe right to take off, and it would start the motors if I slid this to the right. But I'll wait till I get outside. Don't want to do it inside.